So I'm going to go into the next point of discussion or topic as far as so this is a comment that came through last year, Heart and Soul, and it ruffled some feathers. But when she said it, it really shook the room, and the ladies, I want all of us to hop on this. And there was a conversation topic. Nicki said, talking about the ladies, like, sis, do you want to wear boxers or panties? She already we were talking about gender roles, and some women, it seems like they're emasculating the men. She's ready to go as far as with money, degrees. I got me, Miss Independent. But when someone comes into the picture, when are we turning that switch off? Like, what's going on, sis? So, Nicki, I know we've had some discussion about that. So, where are we with this in 2023, from 2021 Heart and Soul to now? And fellas, please hop in. Ladies, what are y'all wearing? Like, for real, what's going on?
The question is still on the table. Personally, I'm not taking the question off of the table. And I'm going to say, just from, perspective-wise, from what I just see on social media with people, with, women posting, and this is not general, this is some. I'm not a person that says all are like this. There are definitely, I'm sure there are there are women who understand balance and who understand you can be independent and you can still be submissive at the same time. So I believe that there are people that understand that. But what I feel like, and with that being said, is that I think that what is happening is that there is there's a shifting of things when it comes to relationships and men and women. Okay. I think that there has been a major shift within the last probably couple of years of things, right? I think these things are impacted by a lot of different things. I think that it's impacted by entrepreneurial things, because you have a lot of women and men that have become entrepreneurs, and they have developed and established their own levels of success independently, not from a family couples type of aspect. And I think that that's great, because we all out here killing it. But I think that is creating friction and conflict when you're trying to bring two people together to create one, when people are then wanting to be able to say, well, this is mine, and then that's yours. And I don't know how those are going to coexist. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, from that comment that was made last year is that there were so many women that were making comments about how they want a man, but then they don't want to submit. Or they're like, I want a man, but I don't need a man, and I don't want him for nothing. And so a lot of it was really contradictory things. So it's like, well, do you want him or do you not want him? And I think that is, and because there is that's why I think when a man does come to a woman, sometimes that's what they're getting. It's just like, well, do you want me or do you not want me? Because one minute you saying you need me, but then the next minute you don't need me. And so it's like, as a woman, do you want to wear the boxers and the panties? Which one do you want? Because I think that I think that we have to understand balance as a woman. And I think that we have to be able to make sure that we know what we want and we know how to articulate what we want. Because I think that some women don't know how to articulate what they want. And I don't think that they know how to explain what they're looking for. And it's okay to be able to be independent. And it's okay to be able to have your stuff together. I think any man would want a woman to have her stuff together. I don't think that that's an expectation that they want us to be feeble and meek and broken. I don't think that that's what they're looking for. But I also think that what they're saying is that if you want me to come in your life, create a space for me and allow me to be the man, allow me to be the provider, allow me to be able to be the safe space for you, allow me to be that and stop trying to be everything for all of us. And I'm going to leave it there.
Can I add something to it?
Yes.
I share, I guess, a slightly different perspective, not too far off from what Nicki shared. I had a conversation with one of my friends today, and we were just catching up, and she was telling me about a breakup that she went through. So we was talking about it, and like Nicki shared, she's an entrepreneur, and the person that she was dating, he is an entrepreneur as well, and she was just saying that initially when they started off the relationship, that there was like a yin and a yang type environment, and then it started to be more so him, based on her perspective, him dumbing her down and him not really wanting her to be, a leader or things that she feels that she's called to do. And so I'm going to share what I shared with her. I said, in heterosexual relationships, or just any relationship for that matter, I believe that sometimes we get locked into gender roles, and that's based on what we've seen presented to us by our parents, what society says. And so in the early 2000s, if we remember, Beyonce led a great revival when she said all the independent ladies, and and so all the ladies were independent, and and now with pop culture, it's kind of teaching ladies, use a man, get your money up, get your bread up. So it's like, instead of taking our own instead of taking our own cues or in our relationship of what we feel will work for us, we take cues from culture. We're under everybody's post that's been married over 2 years and relationship goals and this and that. And so we idolize this maybe false reality. And what I shared with her was that every person has both energies. We all have, every guy on here has a feminine energy and a masculine energy. Every woman on here has a feminine energy and a masculine energy. And we can choose to operate in which energy we desire at the time that it's needed. And so if you're in a heterosexual relationship, it may not always be that the woman is always going to submit to the man and the man is always going to lead just because of your role, just because you're the man. It may be some things that the woman leads in, and the man has to be okay in a submissive state to say, you got the lead on this. And I think that's true partnership, whether it's heterosexual, homosexual, whatever relationship that you're in. We both have to give and take. And so I don't think, to Nikki's point, I don't think in a heterosexual relationship that a man necessarily wants a woman that is just super submissive and doesn't have an opinion or doesn't have feedback, just whatever you want, master. I don't think that's the desire. But at the same time, a man wants to feel important. He wants to feel significant. He wants to feel valued and needed. But so does the woman, so it's give and take, like